The conference are on the back table. This Saturday's game is on CBS College Sports. Kickoff's at 2:34 p.m. And now I want to introduce Coach Bob Toledo.
Hold your applause, okay? First of all, let me start by recapping the Ole Miss game. I know it was a week and a half ago, but I just want to make it perfectly clear that we were disappointed we lost a football game. Okay, I was obviously very proud of our effort. I thought we played really hard. We played good at times, but there's no moral victories. I've never been one of those guys that come away with a moral victory. Kind of like the Saints and the 49ers last night. Hey, you either win or you lose. Period. There's no gray matter. It's win or lose. And unfortunately, we lost that game. And you look at football games, and you always come away with 5, 6, 7 plays during the course of the game that would have changed the whole complexion of the game. And that's what happened in that game. And again, I'm not going to dwell on it. You know what happened in that game as well as I do. But we had our share, and that's what did us in. But I tell you what, it's the most physical I've seen our football team play since I've been here. Offense and defensive line-wise, I mean, we were knocking people around. And it gave us a good feeling to know that we can compete with some physical people. So that's as good as it's been since I've been here. And then the good thing is, we never gave up. We never quit. We played hard till the end. And as a football coach, that's really what you ask of your football team, to give your very best effort from start to finish. Now, during this bye week, there were a few things we wanted to do. Obviously, we wanted to give us a chance to heal up. We got some guys with some sprains and ankles, shoulders, hamstrings, those kind of things. So we wanted to give those guys a chance to heal up a little bit. And for the most part, most of them have recovered quite well. We also wanted to give our young guys a chance to get them some reps, to let them get in some plays and see how they would do. And that was good for some of our young guys and guys that are backups to the guys that are nicked up a little bit. And obviously, you always want to work on fundamentals. So we went back and worked on those things. And then we just wanted to improve on some things we've been struggling a little bit with. So it was a good week for us. We thought we improved and we're healthier than we were coming out of that game. As far as Houston's concerned, we all know they're 2-1. They're 1-0 in Conference USA, having beaten El Paso. And I tell you, they lost a tough one to UCLA, 31-13. The biggest thing was losing both those quarterbacks. And I sincerely feel for those two kids. I want to see anybody get hurt. I don't care if they're on my team or the other team. But I really feel bad for Keenum. He's a guy that had a chance to do some great things this year. You got to feel for a kid like that. And of course, Cotton Turner as well. A young guy who had a chance to then step in and do something. He got hurt as well. So you feel for those guys. But they got a freshman quarterback, Terrence Broadway, who I think is very talented. He took them down. They actually had 2 scores while he was in there. And he can throw the ball. It was, 5 out of 8 for about 90 yards and threw a touchdown. And very athletic. He's much more mobile than the other 2 quarterbacks that got hurt. So we've got to be concerned about keeping him contained in the pocket and not let him run crazy on us. But they still have good athletes. I know they feel bad about losing those quarterbacks. They still got a lot of athletes. They got 2 really good running backs. They've got 5 outstanding receivers that can take it to the house at any one time. So, they're not depleted. I remember us 2 years ago, we lost our quarterback, Kemp, and we lost 16 others. We lost 17 players to season-ending injuries. That's being depleted. They're not depleted, but they're hurting, obviously. But I know Kevin Sumlin will do a good job of getting his team ready, and our guys will be ready as well. But we got to play their system, because they're not going to change their system. It doesn't matter who's at quarterback. So Broadway will be their quarterback. He'll do what they've been doing. They may tweak some things to take advantage of his athleticism. But it'll be our first road game, so it's always interesting going on the road. I talked to our team yesterday about how this is a business trip. It's not a vacation. We got a lot of players from the state of Texas, and a lot of families will be coming in to watch their sons play and want tickets and want to talk to them at the hotel and those kind of things. And those are distractions. So we've got to be careful how we handle this first game. They've got to grow up real fast. And of course, it's a conference game. It's our first conference game against the team that was picked to win the Western Division. So it's a big game for us, and obviously we're looking forward to playing again. We had a good feeling come out of that last game, even though we lost, and we're anxious to see how much progress we've made. Cairo Santos has been a kind of a question in some people's mind, what's going on. I wish I could tell you too, but in talking to our compliance people just prior to getting down here, there's a gal from the NC2A who's handling it, and hopefully by this afternoon she will have some kind of an answer. And it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But anyway, I don't want to get into the NC2A and all that stuff. We'll find out more hopefully today. At least he's been cleared to practice. He's practiced the last few days. One of the captains for this game, we always have our three captains for the year, but Justin Adams will be the game captain. He's from Missouri City, Texas, and he's playing really well. We give him an opportunity to go home and be the captain of our football team in Texas. And the last thing I want to say is Trent Mackey, who leads the nation in tackles, is really off to a great start. He's got a badly sprained ankle, actually, and we have not practiced him yet. He kind of jogged around a little yesterday. He's going to try to run around a little bit today, and so today will give us a good benchmark as to whether he'll be ready to play. If he doesn't swell and it doesn't hurt him tomorrow, then he will practice tomorrow. And then be able to play. If he doesn't do it today or it doesn't happen today and it swells or whatever, he probably will not make the trip. Okay. Any questions?
Guys, you're getting back.
That's a good question. Yeah. Well, first of all, Desmond Moses, didn't play the first two games, and he's probably our best pass rusher. He creates havoc back there and plays hard. I'm anxious to turn him loose and see how he plays. He's a very excitable young man who's got a lot of ability, and he will definitely help us. And then, Devin Figueroa, the wide receiver, he'll give us some ability to stretch the field deep. He's got great speed, and he'll be able to back up row bottom and play a little bit in that role. And then trying to think who's the third one. Emmanuel Luco, excuse me, is the third one. He's the guard, and he won't start, but he will be given an opportunity to be a backup and give us depth at that guard position now. With him not being there and Hunter Howden being out for the season with a concussion, and then Zach Morgan being out the first week really with a concussion, it created some depth problems. But now we're back with a little more depth with the Luco, so that helps right there. But the biggest one is probably going to be Desmond Moses, because he will be a starter. The other two will be role players.
What happened?
Well, what we've done is we've moved a couple of our linebackers around. I don't want to get too specific, but we've moved some guys around. We've got some freshmen that we've worked with that will be able to play a little bit, and we'll still do some nickel type principles with some people.